So basically I'm here with Daithi McCabe today. Dai's an athlete development coach with the National Athlete Development Academy. So I was just hoping that maybe we could find some of the things that you've done, because okay, I know you're still early in your career, but at the same time that's beneficial for a lot of people because they're early in their career and they're finding what trying to get the entry path to start working. And I suppose if you could tell us a little bit how you got started, that would be of benefit to some people, I think. I suppose, what did you study in college would be the first question.
That's what kind of where I heard of NADA through Martin.
Yeah.
So that was in ITV doing sports management and coaching.
Okay.
But that's really where I kind of started with S&C, because that was really more of a business course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so when I was there I was kind of thinking like, yeah, I like this sports side of things, but this business stuff is boring. Like.
Yeah, okay.
So then I wanted to nearly learn more about that.
Yeah.
But obviously the course was a sports management course. So then I started studying with Satanta as well.
What were you studying with Satanta?
Doing a degree in strength and conditioning.
Strength and conditioning.
Like that's distance learning.
Yeah.
And that's really where I started getting kind of like catching the bug, like where this is what I want to do, like, or this is what I like. Going back to where you're saying like with experience, probably like what I've found the biggest was like, even when you get like with the internship, I kind of already had experience in one sense going in, because like my big thing was when I tried to, like, when you read something in a book or on like, you know, how to do something, like it doesn't always work, like, you know. Like you think, oh, this is how you do it, and then when you do, you're like, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I just tried whatever I would have read or not. I nearly just done it with family and friends. So like, but like with experience, sometimes the experiences were like I was just that kind of guy where I was just doing loads for free, like.
Okay.
You know, like you're nearly getting abused in one sense. Like. You need experience even just to get confidence as well. Like.
Right. Okay.
But I suppose it was just pretty much just small steps, like.
But you did tell me before that you actually started, like, your background is boxing, right? So you started doing some coaching with the boxing club as well, right?
Yeah, that was probably a big thing that like I had that angle as an athlete.
Right.
So even like when I was starting off, I could still see how things were being done and how I could make it better. And the thing about it was, because I was still young, I only got like a small little part, probably better than anything else, because it wasn't that I had to do the whole session. You know, I had to do 10 minutes of a warm up.
Okay.
But like, it's even the qualities that, like, you know, as a athlete development coach, people want you to do a warm up or screen people. But even like the factors like just being confident to do it or being able to talk to people, like.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest things that I got from those skills, that I'm just like, I could delegate and I could get my point across, and I was a little bit confident talking to people, like.
Okay,
they're kind of like the unseen factors that people might have, like. So even looking back, even when I was in like secondary school, like, I'm just not a kind of sit down and study kind of guy, like.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, sit down in the classroom, like.
Right.
So like, even like I was 22 or 23 in college and I was messing in class, like.
Yeah.
So, but once I went into distance learning, it's like I was a teacher and I was a student, like.
Right. Okay.
So like it's probably the best thing for me.
Yeah.
And even like looking back, I never studied even like in secondary school or college. But now, when I even doing the distance learning, like, I studied when I didn't have to. Like I was studying outside of the college stuff, like.
So you consider yourself a self-starter or like self-motivated?
I think like it's like that. Like one of the probably the biggest things with like motivation is just autonomy. Like if you're in control of yourself and making sure you're in control of yourself, then you're gonna go into even areas you're interested in.
Yeah.
The internship that I got with NADA was probably the start of that, really.
Okay.
Like even that, when I started doing the internship with NADA, I nearly started doing more outside then as well, like just more free stuff, like, but like basically practicing what I could do in NADA outside as well, like.
Okay, so doing your own charity gig on the
basically.
side. Very good. I hope you're a registered charity.
Oh, stop, yeah. Right now I'm in charge, well, I would have just finished with the Dublin 21 team, so now we're looking to get back started with them. They're starting their pre-season in the next week or two. I look after nearly all the individual athletes in NADA. Probably external teams, external clients will come in as well. I'll either do assessments on them, like, so a lot of times I'm the first person that they meet in NADA from an assessment. If teams come in, I'll do like a set day, if they're doing like a training day or a testing day. It's really like, I suppose the set jobs I have is the teams during the year and the individuals, but it's really open to whatever I get asked to do. Like there's also a thing like Leinster tennis as well, so it's really whatever gets thrown at me.
Okay, so it's a good bit of variety.
Yeah, a good bit of variety. Like,
Okay. And you enjoy working with the athletes?
Yeah, that's probably the most enjoyable part.
But this isn't your first job, is it, right?
No, a roller coaster of jobs.
Can you tell us about a few of the other jobs? Because I just think it's very powerful if people see what you're doing now, which is exactly what you want to be doing, but that's not where you started, right?
No, like kind of interesting because like kind of going back to when I was saying I was in school that I hated school.
Yeah.
Like I started off my kind of like job thing as a carpentry apprentice. Done that for 2.5 years, and that's kind of where you're like, yeah, I can do it. Like, but I just didn't really enjoy it fully. Like you know, it's one of those jobs where you work to live rather than live to work. Like.
Right.
So then from there, I kind of went down the college route, and I started doing caretaking in a school. Part time to pay for college and that. And then that's kind of it was that there that moved into NADA when I got the internship. That nearly, I suppose in one way, like there were the skills I had that had nothing to do with being an athlete development coach, but I still wiggled my way into doing them here. Like, so I still painted here, hung doors, done the DIY work, which actually got my foot in the door a little bit more as well. Like. So, and you always hear stories of people like that. And I might have started off, you know, cleaning something or, you know, stacking shelves, and before you know it, they're running the place, or they're like the CEO or some sort of director. Because the whole thing is, it's just a matter of getting in the door for us.
I think that's a massive point. You know, you come in solving problems for the company, right? You're doing whatever needs to be done to solve those problems.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then you just keep learning the whole time. You keep progressing.
Yeah, like my path from that at the start was like intern, which was the coaching side of it, for free, and then I was actually starting getting paid for like the stuff I basically hated to do, like paint, hang doors, sand, all that. But then it slowly got to the point where like then they were like, right, well now we actually have this coming up. Do you want to do this? So I was actually getting paid for a little bit of coaching, and I got to the point then that I just didn't need to do the facility stuff anymore. So if you're working hard, it doesn't matter whether you're testing the team or painting the door. Like you're a hard worker, you're a good worker.
Yeah, advice for them, or do you have any advice in general for people looking for jobs?
Boom.
What would you say?
Okay, the first one about being rejected. I'm nearly sure I actually applied for. There was definitely stuff I was applying for. I applied for this, but it wasn't that I got rejected. I just never got an email back, like you know, that kind of stuff. So like, more than else, it's just like I suppose persistence. But it's like there's some people that I think sit on the fence,
right,
and wait for that, like kind of, or look for a job. Like, but like like you're not getting a job now. Why would you get a job in 3 months? Like,
yeah, right, okay.
So like with me, like when I was applying for these things, and like people look at me, maybe it was like, you know, at a year in college, and sort of like he's not experienced enough, or he's not whatever. Like, but even when it came to like NADA, I didn't have a degree like that, but because I was kind of continually trying to get better, like I still could do more things than maybe other interns. So that's kind of sometimes where you stand out of the crowd. I kind of we've had a good few interns in now since I've been in, like, but you kind of know who's going to make it, who's not, just by the attitude they have. It's nothing to do with how smart they are or what they know. It's just if they're lazy or if they have that bad attitude. Like that's the same like with the internship. I just like I painted like the office. Like it wasn't like that wasn't part of the internship. That was just like I'll just do that. Like, you know, so just kind of do what you have to do. Like, and you always look at that. Like I didn't want to do that. Like, but it was just the way I've seen it is this is what I do now. Sooner down the line, you know, blah blah blah.
What would you say would be your biggest achievement in your, you know, in your work so far?
Probably the 21s. I wouldn't even look that far. Mine was just that I got the job. Like I know the job went well. It wasn't that like I didn't make any much mistakes around that. Like. So I suppose that would probably be the biggest achievement. I kind of consider even getting like the job NADA as a big achievement, because even like you can look at the other coaches out there before that. Like I kind of came through the internship, so it's a little bit different. So I suppose that would be an achievement itself. Even the fact that I started with, what was there, 15 or 20 interns?
Oh yeah.
I've not more, like.
Yeah.
And only myself and I know the ones that kind of got through, like.
Yeah. Listen, thanks very much.
Yeah, sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Done.